Today we're going to have a look at how to open up the hood of your vehicle when your hood release is seized up. Now in this case it's the primary latch, which is the latch that is released from inside the car. In this vehicle it's released by pulling up on this lever, and when I do so my hood doesn't release. So I've checked it and I know that the cable is intact and it's the primary latch which is not releasing, so it's likely seized up, rusted, which happens. Looking at the hood release from underneath the car, here's the secondary latch release, and some vehicles will have a primary latch release which you can access from underneath the car, and you just move it over with a large screwdriver or some type of a bar. This vehicle doesn't have one of those, and even if it did, there's too much under here. I couldn't get to it. So I'm going to try something else. Back inside the vehicle, back at the hood release here now, ideally you'd have a person come in, pull on this latch while you went to the hood of the car and forcibly opened it. Give it a hard heave up and down. I don't have anybody else here, so I just looked for some scrap pieces of wood, and I want to try to find one that's going to fit and be able to hold this while I go and work on the hood. So I've just wedged a piece in there which holds this pretty firmly open, and now we'll go work on the hood. I'm just going to grab underneath in the center here. This is where it's latched, and I need to cause that to release. I'm just going to work pretty violently up and down, and there, and it popped. It was easier than I thought. So in my case, the release cable is still in good shape. It's still intact. I've given it an inspection inside here. It was this primary release which wasn't releasing, likely due to rust. And of course this is our secondary release. The primary release is released from inside the cabin of the car, and then our secondary release from the hood, from the front of the hood. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and I'm just going to spray lots of lubricant in here just to make sure that it stays well lubricated and doesn't seize, and I'll give a little shot in around the cable as well. This particular WD-40, it's not regular WD-40. It's dirt and dust resistant, and you want to use that because you don't want it to collect a whole lot of dirt inside here. So what I want to do is just spray it down, get it nice and thoroughly sprayed. One thing you want to watch for is be careful with using any penetrating oil. You don't want to use anything that's got silicone in it in this area. You wouldn't want any overspray to foul up your O2 sensors. Right, I hope that was helpful. That should save a little bit of money in shop time. Another, I guess, a little hack about how to get it done is to, I've heard of people who, when they can't get their hood open, they just take their car in for an oil change and let the mechanic on duty deal with it. So there's always that option too. Save yourself a little bit of money, and that's the whole point. Take care, and we'll see you next time.